Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good.
What are you doing here?
Well, I was just coming to give Louise some moral support.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
Well, she's at the end of the show.
is she 9:30?
9:45.
Oh, 9:45?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here early.
Yeah.
I need to find something to do then.
Yeah. Not yet, because I
Hey,
got
how are ya?
Danielle's coming from Blue Ribbon to give away some stuff.
Okay.
But I got Jan on, Dan on.
Well, I guess I'll just watch the whole show then.
Wow. Total
Yeah.
boredom for you then.
Well, I just wanted to give Louise some moral support.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was like talking about that. She was a school teacher for 32 years. She's like, she goes, people that are so much smarter than me have been on the show. I'm really intimidated. I'm like, you don't need to be.
You should I'm sure you just say, well, it's Ed. Everybody's smarter than him.
But anyway, it's funny how people's perceptions of themselves.
Right.
Yeah, because to me, she's brilliant and so accomplished.
She'll probably be here early. Yes.
She will. She rides a bike everywhere. So she's going to bike in. This afternoon, we're doing the Lee County Native Plant Society garden tour. It's all gardening with natives. And she's going to bike the whole thing. She's like, I'll just text me and I'm going to bike it. Like from Naples all the way back to Pasadena. So, yeah.
I like riding when it's cold. You're Santa Claus.
I was trying to get people to come because I was trying to get a lot of our board members to
Oh,
come.
that would have been cool.
And Karen, who's 3 blocks down the street, she's like, nope, too cold. I think Tina's coming. At least she said she was.
Right here.
Catherine just got back from Croatia. Wow. And that's a whole story. It's hysterical. She stayed in a 5-star hotel in Croatia, and it had a foam mattress and food that was all the same color. And it was like you got dinner and there was no choices. I'm like, you were paying $1 for prison.
A lot of people go there for free.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, prison.
Yeah.
Not
So she
Croatia.
just got back yesterday. She's in Atlanta. She's coming back today.
1 minute.
I'll just do like a green room since I know all your guests. I'll just chat it up here. Warm it up for
Awesome.
you.
Warm them up.
Yeah.
Dear, what did you tell me you want?
You guys have been great.
Cream and sugar? I can't think.
We are.
Hope I'm giving 2 a coffee. Hi guys, how's it going?
We need to put it up.
Like I'm gonna be back.
Move those things back.
What thing's back?
Fix it. You're ruining the marketing plan. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beach Talk Radio, episode number 145. Oh, now we have to see the fire hydrant behind you. Can you fix it?
No,
I've got the whole thing. I got the whole thing ready.
No, it's
Where's Greg when
a
you need
bad
him?
spot.
Please.
please come on down, Greg.
We're coming to you live from Beach Time Out on Fort Myers Beach on another fabulous day down here. And of course, we want to say a quick thank you to all of our sponsors before we start our fabulous show today. We have a lineup of great guests, and he didn't do that to me when he was on. He didn't tell me to shush.
He doesn't have to be married to you.
At least pretend like you're excited to be here for at least 1 hour.
I'm excited to be here, just maybe not.
Okay, funny. A quick thank you to all our sponsors, including Island Oils LLC, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies, Mangaritas, Wave of Vitality, State Insurance USA, Sun Palace Vacations, Laola Restaurant, Tuckaway Cafe, and Blue Ribbon Events. Danielle from Blue Ribbon will be here with tons of giveaways, including a bike. We're going to take some names for people who want a bike for a child, a kid, a youngster for Christmas. So that'll
You're
be
going to
nice.
be taking care of that?
I'll take care of the bike. You have to take care of all the other gifts. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter by going to BeachTalkRadioNews.com. And you can register there for the news that comes out Tuesday and Friday. Lots of action-packed news yesterday. You can go on our website right now, BeachTalkRadioNews.com, and see all the news that came out in the newsletter yesterday. Now, the next 2 weeks, just Wednesday, because of the holidays, Christmas and New Year's, in case you didn't know that here, we have 2 holidays coming up on Friday, which makes it a very long weekend. Without further ado, we're going to get right to our first guest. She's joining us remotely. There she is, everybody. Jan, how are you doing? Again, I am going to not say your last name because if I do say your last name, I'm going to butcher it. So I want
That's
you to
a good plan. That's a good plan. Jan Ellen is good.
Jan Ellen. We'll go with Jan Ellen. Excellent. And for anybody that doesn't know, Jan Ellen, I'm going to pull the picture up, was the person that painted the mural in City Hall. And Jan, how did you do this? It's amazing. How did you do it?
Well, I've been painting murals for over 40 years now. Hard to believe. Over 800 murals. And the mural, and I did that mural, the front lobby mural. There's the arches in the main corridor. I worked back to front. This is over 40 feet long, so it was a big mural. And generally, I work back to front, top to bottom. So I start with the sky, work forward. The last thing to go in were the palm trees in the front, the arches. It was quite a project for me. That's the biggest mural I've ever painted. There's a lovely beach scene in the lobby and an oil painting I did for them, and the outside of the building, and another mural outside. So it was wonderful to work for the Town Hall of Fort Myers Beach. Really great. So, any other questions? You want to know how I got involved with all this? Are you there? Oh, okay.
All right. Can you hear us okay? We want to make sure you can hear
I
us.
can't hear you.
You cannot hear us.
Now I can. Okay.
Cool.
Barely.
The first thing I want to ask everybody is if they can hear us okay, because there seem to be a little sound issues. Okay, John.
You have to start playing around with the
Everybody
microphone.
sound
Sorry,
okay?
Jan. He does this all the time. He's got to
and
play
Nina's
around
there. I want to make sure everybody can hear us okay.
with the microphones, and then it's
And
a,
while
Sarasita?
there we go, we have 3 people now on with
this
us.
ought to
And
be
Dan
interesting.
Allers is with us now. Dan sits in one of the chairs in front of your murals.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dan, how are you doing? Dan, this is Jan. Jan, this is Dan.
Hey, Jan, nice to meet you.
Dan, I didn't know if you knew, but Jan painted the mural in City Hall on the wall there.
I did not know that. Excellent work.
And the lobby and the painting and the outside of the building, Dan, and the little mural. Yeah, it was a big project for me. And fun.
Now, wait a second, Jan. What is outside in the lobby? I've never been in the lobby area.
When you walk into the lobby, there's a 28-foot mural of Fort Myers Beach, just the beach. And then on the outside of the building, it's sort of a modern flowing design that was selected with Anita Sarasita and Don Stillwell to depict the colors and feel of the beach. And then there's a little sunset kind of mural when you first walk into the building. And I think there's some palm trees in one of the conference rooms I did also. So
cool. So the reason we popped Dan in here was not so he could give you feedback on the mural that he sits in front of. We wanted to give him a quick chance to remind everybody of what's going on tonight. There's the activity that is going on tonight. So go ahead, Dan, tell everybody.
Tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll be leaving from Junkanoo. This will be our 5th annual Christmas bike caroling event. It's a free event. Anybody, kids, anyone that can ride a bike, that wants to ride a bike, that just wants to spread some cheer. We decided to keep going with it this year because it is outside and you can easily, stay 6 feet apart. We'll have music and there'll be singing and dancing and all kinds of fun things. But we'll be meeting and leaving from Junkanoo at 6, making our way up Estero, around Times Square, and then back down and ending at Hoosiers in Paradise somewhere around 9 o'clock.
All right, and this is, you said, the 5th annual, right, Dan?
Yes. Yeah, 2016 we did it. It was the first year some friends of us got together and thought it'd be a fun idea, and it's just kind of grown from there.
And how did you, we'll let you go after this. How did you get the police escort? That's going to be pretty cool.
Well, it happened not last year because it rained, but the year before by accident. We were going down one of the streets and we had stopped to talk to some of the children that were standing on the side of the road, and a police car come down the road with their lights on, and we thought, oh, we're kind of in trouble, I guess. And as they pulled up to us, they started playing Christmas music through the PA system on the squad car. So they kind of led us the rest of the way around Times Square and then back down Estero. And it drew a lot of attention. So I thought this year I'd reach out to Lee County Sheriff's Office and expecting a good crowd. I thought it'd be nice to maybe have someone there for some public safety, if nothing else.
So, Dan, are you going to shave before the next council meeting?
I'm debating. It's cold out.
Yeah. It's chilly this morning, but it's going to be nice. All right. We'll see you tonight over at Junkanoo, and good luck tonight. How many bikes did you say you think you're going to have?
I guess we'll have 40 to 60 probably.
Nice. All right. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for checking in.
Dan.
Dan Allers, everybody. Now, Jan, the first question, well, let me ask one question, then I'll let you speak. I mean, you take 2 weeks off and then you want to jump in here and steal all the questions. How did somebody get in touch with you to be the person to paint that beautiful painting in Town Hall?
Yeah, it's a good story. I work a lot with a design company called Kopko Design. It's Ron Kopko and Mark Solomon. And they worked with Kay Molnar of Chella Molnar that were very much involved with the communication about the project. And so I was brought in and I sat down with Anita Saracita, Don Stillwell, the whole team, and we talked about what they wanted in the building. So that's how I got involved. And it was great. And then I got involved with Raise the Arches because of people knowing I did the mural at the town hall of the arches. So that's how I got involved there.
So how long did it take you to do the mural? And then do you sketch it out first, or do you just go from what's in your head?
It's interesting because most people think it's sort of like a coloring book and you sketch it out first and you do that. But literally I paint the whole wall like in sheets going forward. Imagine glass sheets. And so I do the sky and the water and the background, and then the next thing forward, which was the arches, and the next thing forward. So it's a back to front kind of thing. And the most detail happens in the very front. But that's a good plan for me. Other people do it different ways. Every artist has their own process. It was hard for me with the arches. I'm a little more comfortable with just beach scenes and landscapes and things like that because I'd never actually seen the arches in person. I didn't move here till Charlie. So I wasn't around before 1979 when they were up, and I had an archive of photos that were supplied to me. And we finally decided on one that was kind of a straight on shot. So it'd be a formal balance behind the mayor and the group there in the room. And I think it worked out well. It's a beautiful building.
No, it did work out well. Now, how long did it take you to complete that project?
I think that took me a little over 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. I'm fast. I'm pretty fast.
That's it? 2 weeks?
Maybe 2.5. I did I think it was a week for the lobby mural and 2.5 weeks for that mural and a day for the palm trees and a day for so yeah, well, it's volume. I've done so many over the years. So.
Well, speaking of that, Jan, Christy wants to know if you painted the mural in the yoga room at Bay Oaks.
I did not. I'm sorry, I did not. But kudos to whoever did, because it's nice to be able to relax in front of art.
Nice. So now, are you painting all the time now, or is that like a? This might sound like a stupid question, but that's usually what I do. As I ask the stupid questions, is it like your full time job? You're painting and you're selling paintings, and you're going to show them off and tell us what you do.
Sure. I've been a professional artist for over 40 years. That means I make my living as an artist and have done so for my whole life. I show in a gallery in Naples, and it's the Guest Fisher Gallery in Old Naples on 12th. And they've been really good to me. And then I do murals, and I also teach workshops. I teach painting in oil with palette knife. And so I do that for 2-day workshops during season for like the Art League of Fort Myers or Cape Coral Art League. Well, Fort Myers is no longer there, but the different art leagues and some associations. There's a gallery in Naples, Rosen Gallery, that has me come in and teach. So between the murals and the gallery and teaching, that's how I make my living. And it's been fun.
So, were you professionally trained, or did you start with this gift when you were young? Tell us a little bit about how you got into this and how your career has progressed.
My father was a painter, wallpaper hanger, and he was very creative. And I worked summers from when I was about 12 painting with him. So I've got a very steady hand. I can cut your window in. And then I went to college in Stevens Point, got a bachelor degree in art. And then after I graduated, I went up to Stevens Point is in Wisconsin. I'm doing my Wisconsin duds today because it's chilly. And then I went to Minneapolis.
Isn't that the same football? Isn't that Anita's football team too?
Green Bay Packers?
Isn't that Anita's football team too?
I hope so. I helped design the Packers Super Bowl ring in the 90s. I worked for Jostens Recognition Division, and I was a jeweler also for many years. So I designed jewelry. I showed in galleries. I started murals. My first mural was a album cover in college on a dorm wall. So it was in like 1971, something like that. I don't know. Ancient.
What was the album cover?
Pink Floyd.
Nice. Nice.
So, and my dad had me do a mural. I did one of the very first murals for Apple, and it was a big apple. Remember when they had the bite out of the apple? And it was for an Apple store in a mall in Milwaukee. And I did a mural for the store with the bite and the stripes and everything way back when.
What was the pay for that?
What?
What was the pay for that?
Oh my God. I think my dad paid me about $5 an hour.
Oh, your dad paid you for that?
My dad did the rest of the store.
Imagine that. I was
Cheap
thinking
labor.
like Steve Jobs would pay
I
you
was
for that.
slave labor for a while.
Nice.
But it's great. But so I've been, I was told at 5 I had talent. I never even thought about anything else. I have a very talented uncle who's a wonderful artist on my mother's side. And I had a neighbor growing up who was an artist. And it was just arty around me. So
we have a question from the group here. Did you paint the turtle on the shop by the biscuit, by the Heavenly Biscuit?
No, I did not. Most of my work, quite honestly, most of my work is residential.
Okay.
I have a few commercial things. There's some pieces on the beach. You'll see my work done by the Estero Beach Club. I did quite a few murals there. Big palm trees up on top and the pool murals, and it's there. And
so have you mostly done murals, or do you do other, like portraits or any other commissioned type of work?
I don't really do portraits. I do mostly landscapes. I can do portrait. I just choose not to. It's not my favorite thing to do. A little too personal, I think. But I paint in a studio in North Fort Myers on the river with a fellow artist, Greg Bielkini. It's his studio. He's a fabulous portrait artist, and he did you've seen, he did portraits of the deans of university and Barbara B. Mann, the big over life sites. He did that. And so we taught and painted there together, 13 years now. We don't teach there anymore. But so between us, if I get a portrait thing, I throw it that way. So, but I think it's slipped over the years. I mean, I used to do more murals, but I'm 66 and getting on a ladder is getting a little hard. I don't do ceilings anymore. I've done a lot of really high ceilings. And so it used to be that murals was the bulk of my work, but right now the gallery actually sells more for me, which is really great. They've been wonderful. And so it's about 50% gallery. I'm going to say 25% mural, more than that, probably 40% mural, and then teaching.
So Jen, before we get to the arches, have you been following the town council? They've kind of been discussing murals on buildings and things like that. Have you been following along how they're trying to grapple with with people being allowed to paint murals on buildings?
I got to be honest, not so much. I've only been following the discussion about restoring the arches.
Okay.
So
let's talk about that. The latest spot that Jim Adderholt suggested, Councilman Adderholt suggested, would be Lynn Hall Park, either the entrance or the exit to the most northern part of it. And it seems to be gaining some momentum that the council might go for it, and then the county would have to go for it, of course. And what do you think?
I think anything that can show the whole arch, not just a little piece of it, would be great. So I'm kind of for anything that will make this happen. And it's kind of magical. I think it's a magical thing. It breaks my heart. I never got to see the real deal one. And so I just hope we keep the momentum going. People stay involved, and we find a place that you can really see the whole arches. So that's where I'm at.
So
I don't know. Did you know? You do know that I have a painting I'm donating to raise money for the arches?
You're doing a painting? Is that what you said? You're doing a painting?
I'm gonna flash it in front of you, okay?
Okay, yeah. We didn't know that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So you're going to, my guess is you're going to auction that off. Is that the plan?
This will be auctioned off by the Raise the Arches group. If this would be in the gallery at Naples, it'd be worth $1,200. So that's a 10 by 20 painting. We'll be doing some signed limited edition prints in the near future. There's some open prints available and a calendar with different things. And the area where the remnant arch rocks were stored, Rebecca Park, I did a little sign mural there that shows turtles and dolphins swimming toward the arches. So they used to be stored there until, just recently. But anyway, this was supposed to be auctioned off at the big event. And, with COVID, everything got canceled and moved back. So I'm leaving it up to the group to decide how and when they're going to auction it off. But this is the piece. So.
And for people that don't know, when Jan says the group, there's a Save the Arches group or Restore the Arches group on Facebook. And if you don't follow that group, you probably should follow that group, because there's a lot of information about whether or not the arches are going to go up in Lynn Hall Park and things like that. But Jan, what I want to do is I'm going to take us out of the picture for a minute, because I want you to hold that up so people can see it one more time with a full screen instead of just a half a screen. So go ahead and grab that.
Can you see it?
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. That was great. Yeah, I want people to see the full screen, because
better we do the show with my face like this.
Now, how long did that take you?
Believe it or not, it takes much longer to do a small painting than a big mural.
No kidding.
I've spent about maybe 4 weeks on it, but not, I'd paint a couple hours a day, then pieces have to dry, then I come back. So maybe 4 weeks, but a lot of drying time. Generally, I paint about 2 to 3 hours a day, whether it's a commission or not. I paint for the gallery, or I paint, just to keep it's like being a musician. It keeps me in shape.
Did you paint that the same way as the mural, where you did it and you painted the whole back and then you work back to front, or is that different on a canvas?
No, generally that's how I paint. Not always. There are times when I'll sketch something out, but the work I show in Naples is oil with a palette knife. So anything I draw gets swept away with a knife, and you can't get around drawing areas with a knife. So I do work back to front and top to bottom.
Yeah, that's the way I do it too. I usually paint back to front. I feel more comfortable that way. Yeah.
You're an idiot.
I mean, I meant with a coloring book is what I really meant. But so
Take a class, I'll get you going.
our company, the company that I work for during the day, they own two painting magazines, right? Plein Air. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Plein Air magazine,
yeah.
and
I know that magazine very well.
yeah, Eric Rhodes is the publisher, and he's my boss on the radio side. He owns the radio magazine I work for too. A little inside baseball there for people watching. I'm sure they don't care.
No, I'm sure they don't.
I'm in a Plein Air group called the Pigment Slingers in Naples, and it's Phil Fisher and Lionel Hetty and Jeff Fessenden and Janet Corbett. We go out and do plein air painting.
I love those guys. I see their work everywhere.
They're fabulous. They're dear friends, and we all paint together. And we're the Pigment Slingers.
Now, when you go out and paint in the plein air, where do you go? I mean, it's not. Do you paint the beach, or because a lot of the time my boss is talking about painting in the woods, and they go to Russia, and
Oh well, it's funny because we have traveled together. Phil and Natalie that own the gallery. We've gone to like St. Martin, Grand Cayman, the other coast, and we've done some traveling. They've gone to Italy and taught workshops in Italy, done a lot of plein air painting there. So yeah, you can, what's lovely is you can just pick up and paint anywhere. It's great. So
have you done any, besides beach theme stuff, have you done other murals with different landscapes?
My mural work is pretty diverse. I have done a lot of modern things. And I have a mural website. It's jan-ellen.com. That's all murals. And it's just modern and, all different things. And then the fine art website is janellenart.com. So yeah, with murals, it's really up to my customer. It's their home, it's their space, and I try to do what makes them feel like they're part of it and it's exactly what they want. I'm not. It's my tagline is it's only paint. If you don't like it, it's only paint. Paint over it.
Right.
So I have done. 5 years ago I counted over 800 murals. I've never had one customer say they didn't like it. I have 100% track record right now.
Nice.
Wow.
So
so does our show. 100% guaranteed. Everybody loves it every time we go on.
yeah.
Now I forgot what I was going to ask. Oh no, I didn't. You said there's a gallery in Naples. Can you say it again? And can you do us a favor after you get off the show? I don't know if there's a chance you can type it in the chat box so people can actually link on it, because there's a couple of questions about where they could go in Naples to see it.
Oh, okay. It's on 12th Avenue South in Creighton Cove and Old Naples. And it's the Phil Fisher's Guest Fisher Gallery, Phil Fisher being the owner and his wife, Natalie Guest, both fabulous artists. And they've been there over 40 years in Naples with a gallery, which is phenomenal. They really do a great job. And I will be happy to type the info in the chat box.
Now, do you just go like to Office Depot and get the brushes, or do you or is it something more sophisticated than something like, is it like a number 2 brush or number 3 brush? How does that work?
Well, a number 2 brush would take me about 50 years.
It's small. Yeah.
But I buy, oh my God, I have so many brushes, it's sinful. I usually go online and order from someplace like Jerry's Artorama or Cheap Joe's. And
you didn't, Jan, you didn't really have to answer that question. My wife just said that was a dumb question. So,
where can people get a hold of you if they would like to commission some work from you?
Oh, wow. Well, you can go to my website and there's a contact there, or you can call me. Is it okay to give a number over the phone over there?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Totally. Okay. Well, my phone number is 414-243-9778. And again, there's 2 websites. The mural is jan-ellen.com, and you can go through that to get to me by email. And the painting one is janellenart.com. So, and I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page.
Awesome. Anything we missed, Jan? Anything you want to add that we?
Just go to the Raise the Arches group. They do have some open prints of the painting. They have a calendar with my work in it. They have a couple other items. And we're really trying to get the money, obviously, once we get the space, get everything ready to go. And I think there's some momentum now, and I'd really like to see it keep going. So it'd be wonderful if everybody could help support the cause. And I thank you for
And
having me.
now that's not for that. There's no chance because correct me if I'm wrong. There's no chance that it's going to be as big as the painting that we showed because not all the material from the original arches was able to be saved. Some of it was able to be saved. And if I
They are
understand,
going to supplement it. They could do the whole arch. They have enough of the original and enough that they could create to fill in. That there is the possibility of doing the whole arch.
Jan, do you think that people, if they saw the arch there at the beach, they would be like, "Oh my gosh, what is this thing? It doesn't fit here," or it would be like a place where they'd want to take pictures?
I think it would absolutely be a magical thing. They would want to take pictures. There's something, it almost reminds me of ancient ruins in a way. If you saw the photo I saw from 1925 when it was stark and it was just there on no foliage or anything, it reminds me of something I would see in Europe. And there's something that just feels very special to stand in the middle arch and get wedding photos taken. And there's old pictures of kids climbing on the arches. And it just seemed to be something special, unique, and just so sad it's gone. Would love it back. So.
All right, Jan. Well, good luck with everything. And the paintings are beautiful. And maybe we could have you come over and paint my wife and I together,
She doesn't do portraits.
In a lovingly embrace.
No.
With our
I'll do you in an embrace and just wear your hat lower. I love the portraits.
Best comment ever.
Oh, drop the mic right there, Jan. All right, have a good one.
Thank you so much. Great meeting you.
Appreciate you coming on. Well. She's a comedian on the side too. That was very funny. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, dear. Get out there. We're gonna see if this works here. We're gonna get ready for our next guest. Well, let me switch it out here. Not yet. All right, we've got 2 more guests coming up, everybody. Let's see. The wall cam has to be, let's see. Let's try that one. And you're on. Okay, look up the camera. Go ahead. You're on.
All right, we're trying this new camera position. So I'm going to read the ad now. Fort Myers Tiki Tours. You've heard us talk about them before. Please give them a visit. This is a great time of year to do it. The holidays are upon us. You can go out on the beautiful tiki boats that seat 6 people. It's an 1.5-hour ride down through the bay. Nice, quiet ride. You're going to be on this cute little boat. People are going to take your pictures like crazy. That they supply the Coast Guard certified captain. They also have the ice and the cooler, and you can bring whatever you want to drink and eat. Their captains are amazing. They're very entertaining. Let's see, what are the prices? Wow, they're still only.
You're flubbing it. You're flubbing it.
No,
you should know this by heart by now.
4
Come on.
people
Jeez.
for $119.99 or 6 people for $179.99. They
look at the camera, please.
All right. I don't like this thing.
Come on.
That's it. And let me give you the phone number.
We're going to have to give them their money back after this.
Shut up. The phone number is 239-887-0042. So please give them a call. Get your family out there. Enjoy the weather, which is phenomenal for being out on a boat today. And you can visit them on the web at fortmyerstikitours.com. Okay. Oh,
Very
they're
nice.
out of Salty Sam's Marina. So
All right.
that's important to know too.
All right. Very nice. Fort Myers Tiki Tour is one of our many sponsors, and we appreciate them and appreciate everybody that supports the show. And of course, you can always support the show by going to our websites, one of our websites, beachtalkradio.com or beachtalkradionews.com, and hitting the PayPal button, or you could just watch it, or you could just not watch it, whatever you feel like doing today. It is a lovely day on the beach, everybody. So come on down to the beach and enjoy the lovely weather. It was a little cool this morning, but it is super nice now, and the sun is out, and Peach Time Out is full as usual. And right now, we'd like to introduce our next guest, and that is Louise. Louise, I'm not going to say any last names today because I butcher the last name, so have a seat right there, and welcome to the show. Louise does many things. She's on the board of the Calusa Water Keepers. Ouch. She's a certified. You tell me if I'm getting this right or wrong. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay.
No,
She.
who can't hear you?
Yes, I don't. You got to turn her mic on, dear. She is a certified Florida master naturalist. She leads interpretive beach walks and she monitors the water quality. You might have seen some of her videos on Facebook. We'll get to that in a little bit. But Louise, thanks for coming on. And first of all, how did you get involved with the Calusa Water Keepers? And there's a lot going on with the water, so that's why I wanted to have you on.
Yeah. Well, Kim and Ed, thank you for this wonderful privilege.
Oh, wait,
no.
don't say that yet.
Don't say
Don't
that.
say it's way early for that.
Well, I have been coming to this neck of the woods since 1963. And it was always just
When you were a wee little
wee
child.
little one. Yeah.
Yes.
My parents brought me here. I didn't drive myself. So it was just like heaven. You know, you'd go across the bridge to Sanibel in the 70s after the causeway was built, and that water was so blue. They filmed a commercial for Chevy Tahoe on that bridge once. And then my parents moved in 92. They built a place on Sanibel. They're like the last people to be able to build a new structure there. And so at that time, I was working full-time as an educator. And so in the summers, when they fled,
Right.
I came down and my husband and I would write curriculum. We would do our summer work in the house, and we didn't have a car, and we biked everywhere. It was just amazing. And then after my dad passed, we were coming down to take care of my mom more and more frequently. And we came over the causeway, and this was probably in the early 2000s. And I said, why is the water the color of a coconut?
Right.
Right? You know, it looked like that kind of brown color. And I thought, this is not normal. My husband says, oh, you're imagining it, or it's the light or something. But at that moment, I knew something was different from my childhood. Fast forward 2015, we moved here permanently. I took an early retirement to tend to my mom, who was ailing at that point. And that was at the sort of the beginning between the really bad blasts of discharges, 2016, 2018. Right. And so I knew something was up. And that made me sad. And then, you know, I went through like stages of grieving. So I went from sad to just red hot, white hot, angry about the water quality. So, you know, there were a lot of things that people were just kind of casting about. What can we do? You know, people protesting on the bridge, organizations like Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation, which was sort of at the opposite end, doing really hardcore science. And I thought, what could ordinary people do? You know, people who just want to pitch in and do something. And that's how I found out about the Ranger Academy with Calusa Waterkeeper. John Cassani is the waterkeeper, and he did something rather remarkable. He created a way for ordinary people, whether they had environmental backgrounds or not, to get certified as rangers and to keep an eye out and to upload photos and to do measurements of water clarity. For some of the more advanced people who do have science background, they have gotten involved in data crunching and you know, really serious water testing. But that was sort of
that program, that Ranger program, is that the certification for the Master Naturalist, or is that something separate?
That's entirely? A great question, Kim.
There we go.
Oh,
I got the ring for the great question.
You know, no, it's separate. And I think that's what's so confusing, because when I started to sort of ask the question, why does the water look this way? And why does it somehow magically seem to look beautiful again? I just kept asking that question. And I found out it wasn't easy to find people doing good things. So I was advised by a few friends to get certified, because I'm not going to go back and get a BS in environmental science. My degree is in history. So I knew that I had that proclivity for figuring out cause and effect, continuity and change over time, which you need to do environmental science, because that was my background as a history person. And the Master Naturalist program has 3 different components offered by the University of Florida Extension program: coastal, wetlands, and uplands. And I did the coastal module. You're truly a master if you do all 3, but they're so overbooked. So many people want to do that, which is great, but the state doesn't fund it adequately enough, so they can offer only so many.
How long did that take?
That we met in the Newton Beach House over a series of 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And we did our coursework there and online, and then we took field trips to like Ding Darling or Matanzas Pass Preserve or Lover's Cay. And it was so much fun. There are a lot of people here who've done it. And I think it may have been Anita Saracita who kind of led me in that direction.
Great. And is there a cost for that, or is that okay?
You do have to pay, but you do get certification.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Right.
So, what did you find the answer for why the water? Did in your search? Did you find a good answer?
That's a great question again. Thank you.
Ding
away.
You would think I paid her.
Yeah, you did your homework, I bet. Right? Yeah, you did your homework. I did my homework. I'm always a student of this. I'm not an expert along the lines of some of your former guests like Bill Mitch or John Cassani. Those are the people who really know the science of it. But I learned that it's not as simple as saying fix Lake Okeechobee. It's simply not that simple. Lake Okeechobee is part of a 2-sided coin, and that coin is fertilizer. It can be agricultural, like it is around Lake Okeechobee, but it's also residential and urban. And as you know, we are booming here in Lee and Collier. I mean, we're some of the fastest growing communities in America. And people come here with sort of northern notions of aesthetics and what they want on their lawn. But, you know, we're like an exotic species that has created a monoculture of northern expectations in a tropical environment. And we need to be doing a little better job of adapting so that we can keep that beautiful environment. Fertilizer, whether it's agricultural or urban, introduces excess nutrients. Now, you two look incredibly healthy. And so I like to use I know you try, and at our age, you got to try. It isn't going to come naturally, right? So nutrients are great things, right? The word nutrition and nutrient have the same origin, which is to feed. So you can have a healthy level of nutrients, but if you have too many, you know, it's like being obese.
Right.
And what we've done is we've taken naturally occurring events like red tide or blue-green algae, and we've made them obese by introducing too many chemicals from runoff, and then bam, you know, you got you have a health problem for your environment, just like you would have a health problem for your own body. And aren't our bodies a temple?
Right.
You know, our bodies are a temple. They're sacred.
Hers is for sure.
Oh, yeah. That's the nicest thing I've ever heard you say to her.
Oh,
wow.
Well, I haven't been listening a lot. I did my homework. I listened to about 20 of your podcasts.
oh my gosh, what a complete waste
painful
of
for
time.
you.
Wow. You really need to go to rehab or something. Wow. A lot of cleansing and mouthwash and things like that.
That is not good nutrition for your mind there, my friend. That was not good nutrition for your mind.
But you two look so healthy, and I applaud you because I know when you hit a certain age, it isn't just going to come naturally. You got to work at it. And the same thing is like if you move to Florida, you have to work at being a guest here. You know, we're exotics. We're
Right.
not native species. We can naturalize, but we can do a better job of that if we understand that what you see on the land lands in the sea, right? Whatever you
That's
see
a
on
good
the
one.
land
Yeah.
is connected very dynamically to the water quality. So if we treat the land with reverence, right, like we should our own bodies, we'll get something back that will perpetuate this beautiful Florida,
Florida.
you know, that we all love.
So tell us about the interpretive beach walk. Did I say that right? Or
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and by the way, my name is Coach.
Coach.
No one ever gets it right.
Okay. And by the way,
It's
just
like
so you know, the important thing about staying in shape is breakfast is always the most important meal.
high carbs, right?
He's
like-
carb loading.
People that are listening have no
Actually,
idea what
you know
we're
what?
talking
I've
about.
gotten into this like fasting, intermittent
Oh, yeah,
fasting.
we had,
we had someone.
We had the
the
guy from
B103 guy.
B103.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy
Big
that does the
Mama.
more. Yeah, Big
But now
Mama.
he's
He
Little
did it. He
Mama.
lost like he said he lost like I don't know 80 pounds or
About
something.
80
Yeah,
pounds,
from fasting.
Yeah, intermittent
Well,
fasting.
it's not natural for me because I grew up, you know, Cocoa Puffs and
Yeah.
Lucky Charms, and that was the way to, you know, high sugar, high processed food. So I've had to wean myself away. So it's sort of like we have to wean ourselves from fertilizer. I wean myself away from breakfast.
Are there natural, you know, are there companies that are developing alternative fertilizers or
Well,
not?
there are lots.
Because I can imagine lots of reasons not.
That's a great question. And getting back to your question, Ed,
all right. All
because
right.
Ed had a great question.
Oh, thank you.
before,
I
and I'm gonna
can't.
try
You're
to
just
link-
saying that now,
I'm going
but
to
go
try to
ahead.
link those two questions.
It's 3-1 now, so I'm behind.
The linkage between the interpretive walks and whether there are more organic fertilizers, the answer is there are, but we don't really need them. And for people who are cost conscious, I would pitch if you don't even give one hoot about the environment, you're like, screw the environment. I have my rights. You know, you're not going to tell me what to do. I would say you can save money. You can save a boatload of money by planting natives. They require nothing. They are native. They were here millennia before we were, and they can be attractive. Some people say, you know, native landscaping, stuff's hideous. Coco Lobo chapter of the Florida Native Landscaping Society.
Coco Lobo.
Coco Lobo.
I have no idea what that is. It went right over my head. Is that
Lobo.
can you get it at Publix or at the cereal aisle or what? I mean, what? It's
Yeah, it does sound like Cocoa Puffs. They have wonderful. They have a wonderful native nursery at Bonita Springs.
Okay.
And Cutting Horse. SCCF, Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation. They have a nursery there. There are plenty of alternatives, so you don't even have to worry about any kind of herbicide. And as I heard someone say on your show, I think may have been you, Ed, why can't people just bend over and pick up
to pick up
few
the weeds. I did
Right,
say
right.
that.
How
Yeah,
hard
little
is that?
exercise. You mix the exercise and the environment right
So
there.
if you plant native plants, then because I have no green thumb, so then you don't have to worry about watering up. They just
Nope.
Oh, we
Nope.
gotta
Nope.
we gotta do some
And
of that.
you can see them right here on Fort Myers Beach at Newton House, where I give the beach walks.
Okay.
And the beach
So what
walks,
is an interpretive beach walk? Does that mean you're
I
like
dance.
you're oh do you?
No,
Are you
no,
doing
no.
Do you do it in like a theatrical voice? And here we are coming up on a family
She's
from
a
California,
teacher.
and they
She's
look
doing
like
it
they are.
in a teaching voice.
I mean, what are you interpreting?
I basically do what I'm doing right here. You know, I had to do business with 14, 15, and 16-year-olds for 30 years. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
so I loved it, but you know, it takes its toll. Anyway, it's an easy gig for me because most of the people who come are like between the ages of 40 and 80.
Mhm.
Although some people bring their kids. So what we do is we start at Newton Beach House, right there across from
Right.
Publix, and I show them the difference between native landscaping and non-native landscaping. And we pursue this theme of what you see on the land,
Right on the beach.
lands in the sea,
Huh.
right on the beach. Different people have different expertise. Like Gail Crabtree, she's a shell expert.
Oh yeah.
Penny Jarrett, she knows her fish and birds. I mostly focus on what I know, which is the connection between the dynamic, I should say, between land and water, and how what we do with our choices. And I don't think, I'm not talking about government here, I'm talking about individual liberty to do the right thing. That can affect in a very positive way our water quality by our choices.
So when you have the group out there and you walking down the beach and you're doing your interpretation of what
There we
your
go.
specialty, do you ever have to yell at the 80-year-old in the back? It's like, come on, oh man, you're holding up the group. You're so slow. I mean, does it you start to separate after a while? Because 40 and 80 is a big stretch there.
How long is the walk? Like how far and how long is the walk?
I let the group direct it.
Okay.
And usually we don't get very far because people have so
Sure.
many questions.
Of course.
And there's a Buddhist expression, just see the world through just one grain of sand, right?
I've
So
got
you don't
that
even
written.
have to go very far.
I've got that in my office.
Great.
Right.
Isn't that a
Jan
great
painted it for me.
He's lying
Yes.
to you.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not lying. I'm just stretching.
Fabricating.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up there after we get back. What was it again? Confucius? Is that
No.
who it was? Oh, sorry. I get the philosophers confused here. You know that.
Mhm.
Now, the other question I had for you was
Were you
what
going to let her say the statement again?
she already answered my question. She
no,
said the
you
old
said,
guy's
what was
not
it again? And what was it again? What was the
See the world
through a
just
grain of
one
sand.
grain of
See,
sand.
I can remember it.
Mhm.
Can you write it down during the
Mhm.
commercial break?
Yeah.
Oh, the other question I had for you is what was your fastest triathlon time?
Well, funny you should ask.
You have it memorized, don't you? Yeah, I'm surprised you're not
no.
wearing your medal.
I am a horrible athlete.
Oh, stop.
I am. I'm like slow, but if you keep going at it long enough,
You'll get there.
Like 2 weeks ago, I ran a half marathon. I came in first because I was the only one in my age group who ran.
That's what we try and do.
It happens
We do
to
that
me
all the time.
It does. It happens. Yep.
Now,
I mean, I'm not up
How
there
fast
with a,
did you go though?
I was able to keep up an 11 minute
Minute
mile.
mile.
nice.
And,
Now-
but that's rare now on my. But I have not run a formal triathlon. I train with a group that meets down at Little Hickory Island. They're heart and soul. They're
I'm
wonderful.
sure she's been there.
You just show up
Yeah.
and you do what you
It's
can.
like a husband and wife team, right? Yeah, we've been there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the
They're
one
on
I went to was
Facebook.
in Naples, so I gotta.
That's
I
where
gotta
Hickory
check-
Island is, dear.
No, it's
No.
Bonita.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I love to swim. I'm really fast at
He's
swimming.
Horrible at it.
And what has been your fastest 1 mile swim?
1 mile.
Oh,
Well, are
God.
you always doing?
Yeah, I'm slow, Ed. This is embarrassing. I did it in about 49 minutes.
Oh
good.
yeah,
I'm
that's
No, it's
that's
slow.
not-
All right,
No,
well, if
that's
you ever
not competitive.
if you ever need lessons, just let me know. I mean,
listen.
she
the
didn't.
first,
Obviously, she didn't listen to that
The first-
swimming podcast.
yeah, no, the
Uh-huh.
first one I did, so I didn't really know how to swim, so I taught myself how to swim, and I can't even remember where it was, but it was who was John? What's his name?
John
That I'll-
Gamba.
John Gamba was there, and he said to Ed, I'll never forget this. He said, "Wow, I was really worried when I saw Kim get out of the water. She was so gassed, and I literally was. It was this. I ended up doing a few more, but it was a sense of accomplishment. But it was one of the scariest things I did to get out
Yes.
there, and the swimming. The swimming is the tough part.
Yeah.
The swimming is
It
the tough
but
part.
you know what? When I moved to Florida permanently in 2015, I was overjoyed that I was no longer swimming in a lake
Right. Right.
because that was always the scariest part. People were like kicking each other in the face, and it was
Yep.
just nasty.
Well, where's that lake that we tried? Well, you completed it, but we
That was down in Naples.
there's a lake in Naples that they have the elite events has their
right Eagle
triathlon.
Lake.
They have their triathlon down there.
You just go straight across.
And it's a straight across thing. And when we got in the water, like you say, people just start whacking each other, and then you're swimming and you're pulling somebody's leg down, and then all of a sudden you hear people screaming, like, the
was
people that are
awful.
running, like we were running or doing whatever, then you hear the people screaming in the lake, and there's nothing you can do because they had 2 lifeguards throwing noodles out. It wasn't like,
that
real,
one we did wasn't
yeah.
it wasn't safety.
Then I would strongly encourage you to join Heart and Soul. All you do is show up. There's no
Okay.
membership. They're on Facebook. But to connect this to some of the earlier part of the conversation,
Good luck.
I get so sad when you can't swim, right? People don't move to Florida to just, well, maybe some of them do, to be indoors. You want to be out
Right.
and enjoying the beauty of our water, of our beaches. And when it's dirty or troubled by harmful algal blooms, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's sort of, I take it personally, I guess. And that's the other reason I got involved. And that's why I'm very excited about the new education center that'll be coming in on Lovers Key State Park. Deb actually is one of the people who gave it the name with other members, the Welcome and Discovery Center, because it's not just going to be this inner old-fashioned nature center. It's really going to be about learning about the wonderful special qualities of coastal Florida.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Now, the videos that you've been taking, you've gone out with your camera and your
Yeah.
phone, and you're
angry.
videotaping the dead fish that you see.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a lot? I mean, the thing with us is that we don't really like to talk about the red tide a lot because we want people to come to the beach, but you
Right.
can't ignore it because it is a story, and
Yeah.
I don't know if there are a lot of dead fish out there or not, but you go out there, is it every day? And you're videotaping, looking. And the thing that really pisses me off is that sorry, dear, I didn't mean to say that. We had all these politicians on for this election year. It seemed to go on forever. It seemed like it was a year and a half. And everybody's first thing was, I am in favor of clean water. And we would joke and go home at night and, talk about the show and things like that. And we would joke that maybe just one time somebody should come on and say, I'm in favor of dirty water, or because who's not in favor of clean water? And then here we are again talking about red tide, so it's like, what the hell has anybody done? You talk about the water, and nothing gets changed. The Caloosahatchee's being drained down here, or I'm sorry, Lake O is being drained, and here we are again talking about red tide. And these people on the beach cannot deal with it. No, I'm on a little bit of a rant. I don't want to pull her into the politics, but these people down on the beach, they dealt with the red tide, then this freaking COVID that China released on us, and now we're kind of on the edges of, is it going to happen again? And then these people up north, the last thing they want to have to deal with is, can I go down with COVID? And then screw it, red tide's down there. So, you know what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely. I think it's hard to put the pieces together. And that's why I love education, because I just get frustrated by the pull between the politicians and the experts, and how there's like this gap that I think is called ordinary people in between. And we're crying out for, what can we do? So step number 1 is get out in nature. First of all, go out there. Even if there are dead fish on the beach, get out there, because that will be the first step toward becoming reverent and falling in love with nature. And then the second thing is what I did, which was like, why? Socrates said the unexamined life is not worth living.
Oh, that's the one I have on the wall in the office. It's the Socrates, not
there you go. It's all about curiosity, right? Keep asking questions like you guys do on this show. And then you start pushing and you find out, well, red tide, like blue-green algae, is naturally occurring, right? Blue-green algae has been around, like it's one of the oldest living organisms on the planet.
Right.
But as I said before, you toss too many nutrients, you get an obesity problem. You toss too much stormwater and drainage from our lands, it'll land in the sea, and you have an obese, harmful algal bloom. And it shifts around a lot. So I looked at the Fish and Wildlife map this morning, which for the listeners out there, I strongly encourage you to just Google Fish and Wildlife Red Tide Daily Sample or Map. You can see this. The red dots that were off our beaches here at Lynn Hall, they turned to yellow. And what that means is there's a diminished amount
Right.
of cells per million of Karenia brevis. That's the little dinoflagellate, little microorganism that causes red tide. So it shifts around. Right now, it's kind of
South, right?
moved south, and
yep.
also way off Sanibel too.
Yep.
So, we've had a lot of wind. There's that dynamic, but that's a daily thing. It doesn't address what you were talking about, Ed, which is the long-term solutions. We can't just rely on luck. There'll always be red tides,
Right.
but they're not going to be as
We need them to be
intense.
skinny red tides.
Skinny red, lose a little weight, right?
Right.
Ones that don't last as long, ones that don't occur so frequently. This year, why are we having it so late?
That's what I was thinking last night. Like, why not? It's so late.
Several scientists, people like John Cassani, the Calusa waterkeeper, have said it's because of the late releases from Lake Okeechobee.
They started later. They started later.
Days of huge amounts of
Yeah.
dirty
And-
water
yeah.
from Lake Okeechobee.
And then they
when-
thought they were doing us a favor by saying we're lowering the amount. And of course, the shit was already, it already hit the fan. It was already on its way. And
Well, when we had all that rain, I remember it's just so much rain for
Anyway,
a while
I-
back.
Yeah.
And then
So to go back to your question, there have been massive infrastructural changes. Like we're moving in the direction of a reservoir
Right.
off the Caloosahatchee. We're moving in the direction of more reservoirs to the south. But those are multi-billion-dollar, decades-long things
Projects, yeah.
that we may or may not see those solutions in our lifetime. But what we can do, what's in our own power, regardless of what the politicians do or do not do, is to get ourselves informed and make better choices with our landscaping. I also encourage those of you who like to bike or want to bike, if you have a town that's interested in putting in more greenways and bike paths, go out there and promote it at the local level. The more biking we have, the less air pollution we have. Air pollution is one of the components that drives excess nutrients in the water. It's not the only thing, but it is one thing. And so we all know how bad the traffic's gotten. It's only going to get worse in Lee County as more and more people come. We can bike more, walk more.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he's
I
a
bike.
big-
She doesn't bike anymore, but that's a whole nother story. And a lot of people that are watching the show now know why that's a long story.
Ed, is it true you bike here?
I do.
How many miles?
Not it's 50.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not when it's this cold though. It's not fun when
He's
it's
a
this
big
cold.
baby when-
I don't like to I don't like to get dressed up in winter clothing and go biking. I'd rather it was 95 degrees and 100% humidity. That's the way I like to bike. But anyway, enough about me. So I forgot what I was going to ask.
Lover's Key?
No, I've completely forgotten. So is there any other way that people can kind of follow you or get involved with what you do or come out and watch you interpretive yell at the old people
and
kind of walking
give out
thing?
the
And
Calusa Waterkeepers.
yeah. We talk to John all the time. He's a great, I know what I wanted to say.
And Casey.
I remembered. Casey, yeah. Yesterday or the day before, the town of Sanibel issued like a how to clean up dead fish thing.
Lord.
They sent it out to all their residents about how to clean up dead fish. It's like they have like a routine of how to clean up dead fish. And I thought, I can't believe we're even talking about this after, Kevin Wayne was the mayor there for I don't know how long, and he was so involved in the water. And then we're talking about the Sanibel having to clean up dead fish. It's like, what the hell's going on up there with this? Makes no sense to me. I mean, and if it makes no sense to me, I wonder how many people are like, I can't believe we're talking about red tide 2 years after it devastated the economy. But anyway, so go ahead.
Well, is there a question?
No, there was no question. I just want people
Go
to
ahead
know.
and give out the information
about how to
people
follow
can
you
get-
and
First of all, I'm just one person, and I would strongly recommend that people educate themselves the way I did, and just like keep asking why is the water this way? And the best sources of information are Number one, Calusa Waterkeeper. I'm a little biased, but they have a wonderful website. They're on Facebook. Number two, the Sanibel Captiva Conservation Foundation. They have a beautiful native landscaping demonstration garden right on Sanibel and an amazingly informative science-based website. Number three, if you're right here on the island, you don't want to contend with driving anywhere, come on the beach walks which are sponsored by Mound House. You'll see a native garden both on the beach and on the bayside.
So when are the walks? How do
walks
people?
are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. I'm there. Gail Crabtree's there. Sometimes the funniest guy, Dexter Norris.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah, we've had him on.
Wonderful interpreter. He'll lead you, or Penny Jarrett, who knows birds.
We've had Penny on.
Yeah, she's
We've had Gail
wonderful.
on.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
Or go to Mound House and just get zen out and look at an example of native landscaping. And then follow the red tides with Florida Fish and Wildlife. But
You did not mention Captains for Clean Water. Is there a reason for that?
I just forgot.
Okay. All right.
They're doing good stuff.
Yeah.
They're
Thank
doing
you, Ed.
amazing stuff.
I just want to make sure everybody
Amazing
knows.
stuff. Amy Bennett Williams does wonderful reporting for the Fort Myers News Press. And last but not least, come to Lovers Key State
For sure.
Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just, by the way, Mound House is only open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now I have it memorized now, and they have a
Good for
new. They just hired a new director of something or other. So
Environmental educator.
yeah. He came from the Fort Edison House, so
Yes.
he's got a master's degree in the whole thing. Smart dude. He knows all about the
Adam
Socrates
Knight.
sayings.
He's very knowledgeable, particularly about the Calusa Indians.
Yeah. Oh,
The original.
I love the Calusa Indians.
Yeah.
I've got baseball cards of the Calusa Indians. No, that's Cleveland Indians. Sorry. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for coming on.
I
And
hope
we
it
will,
wasn't too painful.
if there's a way that I
not
could
at
get out
all.
there, or she could get out there and do one of those interpretive
gotta get-
walks and
Yeah.
dances and all that, that'd be
That's
great.
right.
So
I'll dance
thank you,
while I walk.
thank you so much.
Thank you
We'll
so
look for your
much.
videos again. When are you going out again?
I don't know.
Tomorrow, maybe?
It varies. Like this afternoon, I'm going to see some examples of people's homes where they have completely gone into the native landscaping to see what it looks like and how they do it. I just think, living in Florida is a privilege. And with that privilege comes the responsibility of stewardship for our environment.
I think real soon I'm just going to build a treehouse in Idaho and
There you
live in
go.
nature because I love nature.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to be like a 5-star
That would be me.
treehouse or something
Yeah.
like that. Thank you so much,
Thank you
everybody.
so
Big hand for
much,
Louise.
Tim
And
Ed. Wonderful show.
thank you so
for
much.
this
Appreciate
privilege.
it. And before we get to our next guest, and lots of giveaways, everybody, do not go anywhere. We have a bike here for somebody's kid. Hold on one second, Danielle. Relax, because I have to tell everybody about Island Oils. Island Oils LLC, because it was chilly this morning, which means that you're probably going to go out tonight and hang out in your backyard with your fireplace on, and your fireplace is going to attract bugs, and they're going to climb on your face, and they're going to climb on your shoulders and in your underarms and up your nose. And you want to take this beautifully smelling Island Oils. It's made with natural ingredients, and it's made right here with our friends, our folks down here. Support your damn local business, everybody, and stop going to Costco or I don't mean stop going there, but you don't go to Costco or Publix and buy what's that spray, that nasty smelling spray that doesn't work, that they sell by the boxes and by the case loads, and it costs you $17,000, and it smells like duty. You want to buy this Island Oils LLC, don'titchit.com. Also, they have 2 websites now, 2 websites for your purchasing pleasure, and it'll kill the bugs. And you know what? You'll smell so fabulous, you won't even believe it's bug spray. You'll think that you just put on a nice new roll-on deodorant that kills bugs. It might even kill flies. It might kill lizards. It might, kill anything that gets in your way. Those what are those little worms that you get, those tiny worms? I can't stand those worms. They get in the pool, and then when you try and go after them, They're not worms anymore. They're circles. How do they turn from worms to circles? When we go home tonight, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to find one of those worms, and I'm going to take the island oils. I'm going to spray it on the worm just to see what happens. And then when you step on the worm like that, it just makes that crunchy sound like you're stepping on potato chips. That's when you know it's kill or be killed. It's the survival of the fittest, and that's when you know
That's
that
not
you
the
rule the
same.
world, when you can kill worms
Well,
with your bare feet. And
we have
donate.com.
something like that up north called a potato bug, where they roll up, but
Yeah.
this is not them.
It seems to me like there's been an exponential growth of the worm. Like
They're not
we have
really
them,
worms. They're like centipedes with a hard shell.
we have them on our walls, and we have them like you walk outside the front door and they're on the walls. And then when you try and grab them, they curl up and hide.
Well, that's their protective shell.
Yeah. Danielle from Blue Ribbon Events is back by popular demand because she's got gifts and gifts for everyone. Oh, crap. She's got all kinds of gifts here. We have to write this down so we make sure that people get their gifts. Danielle, you're on camera 2 today and microphone 3. And we have a new bicycle here that we're going to be showing off. And what's that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we're pros now. I mean, you can. Yes, you can, because you're seated, and those are the rules. And by the way, we both tested negative yesterday. We go every Friday. It's like a date. We go on a date, and we go to the COVID testing center in Fort Myers. We hold hands, and we walk up to the, and for some reason, I'm quite enjoying the gigantic Q-tip that they stick up your nostrils.
Non-invasive, or that thing where they really stick it up there.
I cried a little bit yesterday. I was like, wait a second. Last week, that woman, you don't like me, don't you? I think if they find somebody they don't like, they stick it up further. I mean, yesterday
you're saying they don't like you.
Yesterday my eyes were watering.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
really
not-
got it yesterday.
Yeah, it's not universal. It's not consistent. Like the first time, the lady was like, "Yeah," she was friendly, and the second one, "Hoo-yah!" It was like she speared me up the nose. It was crazy. But at least I was negative. I felt like yesterday I was really negative because she really jabbed me. So getting
If there was anything in there, it probably came out.
well,
A part of his brains came along with it.
And first time I went up there, I was looking into the thing, and she's like, "Oh, you can't touch that. Everything's contaminated." So she's spraying stuff on my hands. It wasn't the Island Oils LLC stuff. It was like she's got all kinds of hand cleaner, and so now I'm like, oh my God, these people are so professional.
It's because they know that you create problems where you go.
Yeah, you're so sedate
So
today.
yesterday I went out there, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand here at attention. What can I do? And then they're asking you questions. You got your mask on, and she's got her mask on. I go, sorry, I can't hear you. Well, can't take my mask off. No, you can't take your mask off. And it's a crazy world we live in, Danielle. So how are you? Are you getting the vaccine?
Do you want to have this conversation?
Well, we'll
today?
make it quick.
Okay, I'm not going to be a guinea pig first. I've been out there in the elements, as you know, working since June, doing the art shows and everything, and I practice good social distancing, and I've been blessed not to get it. So I think I'm going to just wait.
Yeah, I think when they showed Pence on TV yesterday, he got a shot of vodka in his arm, is what
Do
he
you
got.
think
or
he had a
something.
shot of vodka?
I don't think he got
I
the
would
vaccine.
take a shot of vodka.
I don't think he. Have you ever taken a shot of vodka with a needle? Does that
No.
work the same way, or
No.
No, you know what though? I've done those shots like at Universal when you go, and it's like in a syringe, and you squirt it in your mouth. It kind of sort of looks like a
Hmm.
needle.
We have
Interesting.
not
like
done
during
that.
Halloween Horror Nights.
they
or
do that
whatever, they do.
at the Magic Kingdom?
No, at
Universal.
Universal they do
Oh,
for sure. Yeah, you
interesting.
can get
I didn't
whatever.
know that. Are they
Jello
all
shots in a syringe, I think they're called, or whatever. Those are pretty tasty.
interesting? So you have another event coming up because you've got events all the time. So what is the
so we
latest?
actually this weekend we are on Lovers Key for Santa's Last Stop. This is our second annual. So I believe we have 45 or 46 artists out there. I have brought some marvelous giveaways
No
from them.
kidding.
So I think we probably have
Wow.
maybe about, I don't know, $300 or $400 worth of giveaways.
So, dear,
today.
let me tell you what Danielle did to me today. She's 30 minutes before the show starts. She said, "You
It
got
was 6:30 in the morning. Come on. I said,
You're lying now. I'm
I-
going to check my
I
phone."
messaged, look at your messenger on Facebook.
Oh, well,
I did it there
how-
first.
I don't.
And you didn't respond. So
Well,
I said,
I
I
was-
better
There you go.
text them.
You're all right. So she said I have to have some trivia questions, and I have none. So Debbie Voorhees, the reason she's here is because she knows everything about Fort Myers Beach. So I'm going to assign her right now with 3 trivia questions you need to come up with.
Yeah, you might
And
need
I'm
more
sure-
than 3. You might need
So the bicycle.
At least 5
So
that I know of.
I wish we could.
I have a few in my brain too.
Let me see if we
You
could
can
put the other
switch them.
camera. We could probably put the other camera. You might need to pull it down. Let me show everybody, dear. You might need to point the
Okay.
camera down. Let's show everybody the bicycle first, and then we'll get into the other prizes. That might be the
yeah,
wrong
and the bike
one.
is a
Oh, here
little
we
bit
go.
different
There
than
you
the
go.
trivia, but there we go.
Yeah, there. So the bicycle is for. What are the ages on the bike?
I mean, it says 8 and up. I'm going to figure probably like well, if it was my grandkids, 5 because they have bikes like this, but they're daredevils. They like to do tricks.
Yeah, this is.
I'm going to
yeah,
say the
no, you can't
earliest, maybe
because
a
it's
real
behind the banner.
a young boy that likes to do a lot of tricks because it's got all the trick bars and everything on it. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got a helmet and a bike, and it's really a cool bike. It looks more like a boy's bike. Would you say?
Well, I tried to do unisex because the little girl ones were all like purple, and there's no way that a boy would ride a sparkly purple
Right.
unicorn
Well,
one. I don't think for
hey,
the most part. So
I don't think a girl would turn it down. It's a nice
Yeah.
bike.
No, this
Yeah,
is
it's
a
great.
nice bike.
It's
All
got
right.
the brakes on it,
And it comes with the helmet.
18-inch tires.
Okay,
So
so
I think it says 4'2". Oh, look, we got little things on here. 3'2" to 4'2" is what it says for the
all
height.
right, I'm going to switch the cameras back so everybody saw the bike, and we'll have pictures of the bike after that. That I picked the right one. There we are. All right,
And you want to tell them what we're doing with the bike?
go ahead.
We're not doing the trivia on that,
Right.
right? We're doing that. So the bike, Ed has on the newsletter, if you get it, there is his email address, but I'm sure he'll blip that out to you a couple times. You have till Wednesday to email Ed and recommend somebody that you feel really needs to have this bike for Christmas. And need is the operative word, especially on Fort Myers Beach. You know, the hospitality people and many of the other hospitality oriented industries, you know, they've been without work. When the restaurants close or go to 50% capacity, that has a humongous trickle down effect on a tourist based industry like Fort Myers Beach for sure.
Right.
So write in why you think this person should get the bike, and Ed's going to pick somebody that we feel really deserves this bike for Christmas.
Well, we're going to pick somebody together,
Oh,
and
look at
so yeah, so
And
when-
yes, it's a child's bike. It is
Right.
not an adult bike.
Right. So yeah, definitely a child's bike. It has training wheels on it. If you didn't see that, but after a while, so I don't remember back that far. Training wheels go. What age you think
3,
this is?
4.
So
So
we didn't really have training wheels growing up. You just got on a big
Yeah.
bike of somebody
Yeah.
and
They
you
put
held
you at
onto
the
a
top of the
mailbox.
hill, and
You held
you.
onto a mailbox and
I
hope
got
you
a
didn't
funny.
crash.
I got
If
a
you
fun-
go fast enough, though, it's when you start to slow
Yeah,
down
you
that it gets
wobble.
wobbly.
Yeah.
I got a funny story to tell you about a bicycle ride that I had once. I broke my leg once. I don't remember, how did I break
I
my
don't
leg?
believe that.
I did. I broke my leg, and so I had a cast on all the way up past my knee for like, I don't know, 10, 12 weeks. And so when you have a cast on from your ankle, it broke my ankle. For some reason, the doctor put
Oh.
my cast on all the way up past my knee, and which is quite
He
unusual
might
if you
have been
think about it
punishing
now.
you. Perhaps you were not well
Maybe.
behaved in the doctor's
It
office.
was so
or
long
something?
ago, they probably didn't know what they were doing. So they take the cast off, and of course, you know, when you don't use your
Yeah.
leg for 10 or 12 weeks, you can't bend your knee. So what I decided to do was go to the top of the hill and tape my feet into the bicycle and then
Oh,
ride down
my.
the hill. I bent my legs. It hurt the first couple of times that I went round and round, but after that, it was fine. It
Oh,
works.
my.
So if that ever happens to you, if you're afraid,
Don't do
because,
that.
because what was happening was I was being like a little sissy. I was bending a little, and then it hurt, so I cry like a baby, and then I would say, I can't do that. And you know, I'm 19, 20 years old now, and I can't believe that I'm such a sissy. I can't believe I'm not bending my legs. So I said, we got to do this. It's a true story.
Okay.
Maybe I wasn't 19 or 20, but anyway. So if you think somebody deserves the bike, you want to write in why, and we're going to evaluate your
It's really-
your trueness, and then we're going to do a background check on you and make sure you don't have COVID and that you're going to take the vaccine, and then you'll be entered into a drawing to win the bike. I feel like that you got all the
Let's let her
environmental
do-
stuff
Look
in.
at the
So
head show. Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
just
gonna-
he's got
It has a lot of
diarrhea of
energy
the
to it.
mouth.
okay,
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
eventually people do have to leave.
Go
You're
ahead.
so funny. I don't want to go back to work, but I will. I'd rather be on the beach. You know that. I think I've seen the beach for about 2 hours. in
So
my-
what
on my
else?
trip
Let's give
Oh,
some
we
stuff
have a
away.
lot.
Oh,
Okay.
so now he's going to rush you along.
So
Come on,
now,
come on, you're
now
slowing us
he's on
down.
a time restraint. Okay. So we have a lot of goodies. And one, let me just say, we are down to Lover's Key again. We're there today and tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So come out and support these artists because, again, these are many people that hadn't worked in like 9 months.
Right.
I think we're going to start out with this big one because then we can put that right on.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that'd be good.
Okay. So, this.
So what do we
is-
have here?
This is a hand-carved item from upcycled wood from the Indian River. This is Thomas Gross from Second Chance Creations. He tells me a retail value of about 50. I really personally think it's about 100. But this man was with us in Nokomis this week, and somebody came and bought his whole booth. I won't tell you for how much. And he actually had to drive all the way back to Melbourne to reload for this weekend.
Somebody bought
Every
everything
piece
in
his
the guy's booth.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if you want to buy stuff from him, get there early because I'm sure he's going to have a blockbuster weekend.
This is
as
all
well.
made out of wood?
All wood. That's solid wood. Yep. He does
Wow.
all the carving and uses the driftwood. And so his retail on that, again, is only $50. $50 on that.
And
What
I
man
can
is
tell
not
you
gonna want
this
that?
is
It's solid.
this has got some weight to
Yep,
it.
You got some wormwood on the bottom that you can see. He left natural, and he does all the carving. A little trivia: he used to be a fisherman way back in the day. So when you look at him, he predominantly does fish. And I said to him the other day when looking at things, I'm like, "How did you see a fish in that piece of wood?" He's like, "Well, I used to be a fisherman." So come down and support him if you want some great, handcrafted local art.
That is cool.
All right, let's give it away. Debbie's got the first question.
Okay, the first question. I'm making up a question.
Everybody knows Debbie.
No,
She's
they
been
don't. Come on.
before. She was on from we were just on the what is it 2 weeks
2 weeks
ago?
ago. Yeah, I was here 2 weeks
talking
ago.
about the new development going on at the Lovers Key, the new Welcome and Discovery Center.
Mhm.
All right, enough with the introduction.
Okay, so I'm making up a question. Oh golly. Okay, I'll do a lover's key question to
I got
start
a few
out
of them.
since
Good. You
I'm
go.
put on the spot here. In what year did Lover's Key officially become a state park?
Oh, that's a more
in what
difficult
year
one.
did Lovers Key officially become a state park? And how did they officially become a state park? What's that process about?
The story as I know it is
Now I put
that,
you on the spot.
Well,
Sorry.
Elaine McLaughlin, who was originally
Type it in the chat box, folks. Type your answer in the chat box.
Elaine McLaughlin, who was originally head of the Visitors Bureau,
Mhm.
she got together with Fran Manella, and Fran Manella lives in Bonita Springs, and she's an amazing person. She was director of the Florida Park Service, and then she went on to become the first female director of the National Park Service during the Bush administration. And when she retired, she moved to Bonita, and the two of them got together. And I mean, there's a longer backstory, but
Well,
they
I'm
cobbled
sure,
it together and they used their influence to create
Get
the
it.
park. And do we have anyone saying that they
All right,
know?
folks.
Should I do?
give it
I
a
can
shot.
narrow it down.
Yeah, let's narrow it down.
It was
Somewhere between.
It was somewhere between 1990 and
Oh.
2000.
Oh, that's a fairly new park. I
It
did not
is.
know that.
1990 and 2000. All right, folks, you can Google.
She's really
There's
narrowed
always
it down for you.
Google.
And you can take a guess.
Yeah, and you can take a guess.
Yeah.
And the reason I remember it is because it's the year my son was born.
Or you could Google that.
I think that'll be hard. I'm not that well known.
Jewel guessed 1996.
No, but she's
Try
close.
again, Jewel. Very close. Close to 1996.
Is nobody awake this morning?
94.
No.
So 98.
Close.
Wow.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's warm. It's warm.
I know what
I
it
bet it's when
is.
my daughter was born
It's close
too.
to 96 and 98. I wonder what it could be.
Yes.
Yes, close.
No, we're still waiting. Oh, all right.
Okay, so who's going to do the next question? Is someone else doing a
He's
question or am
rushing
I?
us.
I know.
Okay.
Um,
So we also have,
You.
I don't know if everybody knows Madison or Maddie Ware. She's a local girl here. She does amazing jewelry and she has donated a couple lovely little items here. And
Christy Miller, Hennessy, 1997.
Actually, Jewel.
Oh, Jewel got it. Sorry, I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, Jewel.
Jewel at 10. Boy, those guys came in. They all came in at the same time, but Jewel is showing up first.
well, you know what?
Congratulations,
They're awake
Jewel.
now, so maybe they'll
Yes.
be ready for the next question.
Hang in there, Christy.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Hang
we
in there,
we have
Lana.
A lovely sea turtle bracelet here. made locally. This is by Maddie. She's here right on the island. And she also donated a cute little pair of starfish. Am I supposed to be doing that? Starfish earrings. It's going to come in this cute little bag as well. Little
Cute
flamingo
little
bag. Ready to give it to one of your little
bag.
gal pals.
Hit it, Debbie.
Okay.
You got one? Because I got one too.
Okay, no, you go
You
ahead
go.
with
Okay.
yours.
So, what is Lover's Key's infamous pirate's name?
Lover's Key, infamous pirate.
Come on, you should know this.
Pirate
before.
name?
Yeah. Do
So
you
there was
not
a
know
pirate
this?
that, nope.
Yeah.
Give me the backstory.
As the legend goes, there was a pirate that sought refuge there after the battle with the American Navy near Tampa. Jose Gaspar, the famous pirate, some of his people escaped and they took refuge in Lover's Key.
But he has a name that he goes by.
Yeah.
Oh, so
He has a pirate name that he goes
And
by.
I have a hint.
okay.
My hint is one of the 4 islands in Lover's Key State Park is allegedly named after him.
Oh, come on, you guys have got to get this. This is an easy local lore. No. And
One, what was the hint again? One of the,
One of the 4 islands in Lover's Key State Park is allegedly named after the pirate.
they say that it's Lover's Key because him and his girlfriend or wife or whatever the lore was, they were together. That's hence the Lover's Key sort of thing.
That's one of the
Black-
stories
yeah,
about
that's one of the
Blackbeard?
stories.
Black. Yeah.
No,
Christy got it right. It's Augustus Black.
there you go. You got it.
all right, Christy. And what do we
Also
have
went by
next?
Calico Jack, right? That was it Calico Jack he went by?
No, Black Augustus or Augustus Black.
Okay.
All right, next prize. What else you got? How many you got?
I got quite a few. They gave him more last time.
We're running out of time.
Okay.
here.
Oh, well,
We're gonna
you
do
were
it quick.
running your
All right.
mouth and
We
that's
have a
what did it.
beautiful crossbody, handcrafted bag. This thing
Ooh.
opens
Oh
up.
my
I'm going to go
gosh, I
super
wish I could-
fast.
I'll
wish
do
I
the
could
demo.
do
About
that.
$50.
Do you have
Very
more
nice.
of those?
Beautiful.
Next question.
What does on the beach here? What does SOB stand for?
Oh, very good. Very good.
Good
question.
one.
It opens up. What does
I like
SOB stand for?
SOB, and it's not nothing
It's
bad
not
here.
Yes, it's not the bad word.
It's a local institution here.
All right,
This
we don't
is
have to
a
wait for an answer.
fabric.
Ready?
Okay.
Next one.
You're going to get this all messed up.
I'm writing it down.
Oh, well, that's good because last time.
Jewelry, right?
Yep, we have
Yep.
we have a lot of jewelry, by the way. So Peggy does all sorts of boho stone jewelry that she does unisex, anklets, bracelets,
Okay.
all
Bill
sorts.
Green.
of
Greens.
Very nice.
Bill
Green gets
Green.
the bag. Good for you, Bill.
It's going to come in a cute little gift bag as well.
Oh, Bill
Retail
got the
value on
handbag.
that, I think, is about $40 or $34
Bill
is
got
what it
the
says.
Bill
on there.
got
Bill-
the handbag.
Yeah, Bill
we
got
moved
the
on to
handbag.
next one
I
for
hope you have a wife or girlfriend, Bill, because it's a really cute handbag.
All right. What's the
Bill's gonna
question?
love it.
Debbie's going to get the next
Okay,
question.
the next trivia question for the bracelet is recently Pete's Time Out, the lovely establishment that we are in currently, had an anniversary. How many years has Pete's been in existence?
It was like 3 different ones. Good one.
Here, hold that.
Or rather, how many years have John and Debbie Lalo
There
run
you go.
Pete's? I'm sorry.
All right. And
Next
while
one,
we're
one
waiting
more,
on that.
just one more.
Okay.
We got 2 more though.
All right, 2 more.
We got 2 more. Okay, so we also have a
Getting
beautiful,
smaller.
well, that's because this is a sterling silver and gold pair of earrings. I believe the retail value on this was $40. Real cute, got little flowers kind of stamped in there. And it's sterling silver with 24 karat gold wrapped on there.
Pretty.
Really
Oh,
cute. This is from
catching the
Sally
light.
Phillips. She's a local Florida girl as well.
You got it.
She's right. Yeah, Jacinta, you are correct.
Who's got the
Right next
question
door.
for this one for the lovely little? Oh, I think you might be in
See?
trouble, Ed. I think Kim likes these earrings.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go. All right.
Okay,
We need
the
a
question for the
You
earrings
didn't do your bad
is how many years have Ed and Kim Ryan been married?
Oh, I
Oh.
like that. And I don't know the answer to that one.
Call in.
Yeah.
All right, the earrings.
You're-
and then one more.
Well, Lori, if you were guessing how many
Lori got
years,
it.
you're close. No, that's not it.
Oh,
No, Ed guessed it
Ed's
right.
rushing me
Fixed,
along here. I
it's
think
fixed.
we're going to run an hour late today, folks, and we're going to have some cocktails later. You can come down and join us.
You're very close, Lori. That number is very
Oh,
close.
look at that. That's very nice.
Okay, this is a little wall art. This is Roger Van Leesha, and he is
Love
a
Roger.
he does a lot of
There you go.
one of a kind originals as well. I believe the retail value on that is about $30. Who doesn't like sea turtles? Perfect for any small space. Let me give you the bag so you can put that in. There. Who's got the question for this one?
I'm still looking at the answer. You guys are all so close.
Okay, now I'm really reaching deep. Our bridge leading onto the island is Matanzas Pass Bridge. What does Matanzas stand for, and what's the significance of the name?
Oh, Kim Spitzer got it. 26.
All right, Kim Spitzer got what you get.
The earrings.
Okay, got it.
Sally earrings.
Congratulations.
Sally
Thank you.
Phillips earrings. Was that Kim? You? Did you put the answer in there? No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
that's
I know
right.
you like that pair of earrings. And Ed,
Okay.
those were $40, and we do have them down there. So
And for the
good little
lovely
stocking
turtle
stuffer for you.
art, what does Matanzas stand for, and what's the significance of it?
Okay, what's that price?
You
That's
took
the-
it.
That's the turtle. Yep.
So remind us again some of the vendors that are going to
Oh,
be.
yeah. So we have everything from soap to candles to gel candles to candles that turn into lotion to art. A lot of different painters. We have a beautiful girl that does all sorts of wreaths, but not like Christmassy wreaths, like beach and Florida wreaths with shells and things on them.
Give it to her.
Let's see. We have Jay. He's a local guy here from the island too, with his handles. He does all these great handles that go on mugs and things like that. We've got several different potters. We've got garlic graters.
Mhm.
There's 45, 46 people for you to come out and support. Then the only other thing, then this is new news, which I don't know you picked up on or not the other day, but we will be doing a monthly market at the VFW starting in January on a Wednesday, Thursday.
Kim is
Yep.
correct. Kim Spitzer.
She already won too.
Oh, okay.
Did we get everybody? We got all the prizes there?
Okay, and Kim Spitzer, you are correct. It does stand for slaughter or massacre.
Oh, look, it was our
which
little
is kind of
Santa's
a
elf,
sad
that
thing,
one.
but,
I love it.
When the Europeans came into the area, there was a battle with the Calusa.
One.
We're still
It would
working
be-
on it. They're a little slow on the
Lana.
draw today.
No worries.
Oh, we have a double winner?
Kim won the turtle?
Yes, she got, but she has two prizes.
Okay.
Okay.
Say you can only win one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Kim won?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so confused.
Go ahead. Tell us about the
let's
bike.
talk about the bike again. I don't know where Ed reeled it away there, but we do have the bike that's like for 3 foot 2 inches to 4 foot 2 inches, has the training wheels on it and a helmet. If you know a child that you feel would really deserve that for Christmas and has a need, please email Ed at, isn't it Ed Ryan, the editor at
gmail.com.
There you go.
Very
Perfect.
good.
Do make sure you do that. By what time on Wednesday would you like to have those answers, those emails? By 12 on Wednesday, and then we will go ahead and choose the winner, and you can come down and get it in plenty of time for Christmas. Or Ed
Okay.
says he will deliver it to you as well.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on. Thank you for being put on the spot and coming up with some wonderful questions
Thank you
and
for
putting
having
up with
us.
his shenanigans.
You're the one that has to put up with him
I
for a few
know.
weeks
Thank
now.
you.
For 26 years, I've been doing it.
Have you been married 26 years?
Debbie
Yeah.
Voorhees, everybody from Lover's
Yeah.
Key. A big hand
Thank
for
you.
Debbie. We have one final guest that's going to be here for 1 minute. A very special guest, dear, is coming in.
Well, come
So, all right.
This is all you.
It's not really all me, but thank you guys for sticking it out for so long. We appreciate that. You guys, we had some great guests today. Let's see. Who were our guests today? We had Jan
Thank
talking
you so
about
much.
the murals, the arches
Okay.
that she painted at time at the City Hall, and Louise, who we didn't really get to talk about her triathlete abilities very much. But,
But she bikes everywhere.
hey, how about you go do one of those interpretive walk things? Because that'd be
I
pretty
do
cool.
want
if
to
you
do
did.
that, and I would like to do the swimming meeting with the swim group to
Yeah.
work on my swimming. I don't, you know.
Yeah, you need to work on your swimming because you're kind of slow.
You're
You need to pick up the pace a little bit. in
you
your
just get out
swimming.
there and float.
No, I don't float very well.
Well, you just
Drop
get out
like a
there and
rock.
sink.
Come sit next to me, my love.
No.
Come sit next to me.
How about those gifts?
Yeah,
You've
lots of
got it.
nice
You-
gifts. I have lots of chicken scratch here and lots of scribble. So, by the
You've got to
way,
get a better organization for that.
by the way, dear, you're going to need to sit here. The beach looks great, everybody. They've got the new sand out on the beach, and they're spreading it out with the big machinery. It looks spectacular.
Ah, look who it is.
So, everybody, we have one final guest, and of course, what would be a week on the beach without Santa Claus? So, Santa Claus seems to be on a tad bit of a diet lately. Doesn't look as plump as he should. So, but you know, it's the beach. And Santa Claus, how are we doing? I don't know. Is this a Santa Claus that speaks, or is?
Yes. I'm well. Where's your mask, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm seated. I didn't think I needed to wear a mask. So,
Halloween's over.
all right. Well, so Santa, have the kids been naughty or nice this year? What's been the general consensus?
The naughty list is easy this year. Joe Biden and anyone that voted for Joe Biden.
Aha! I see. We have a political Santa Claus here. This is the first time I've ever sat on Santa's lap and he's talked politics. So,
Are you planning on sitting on his lap?
Well, they can't really see that low, but are we socially distanced enough, or should there be plexiglass between us?
That depends on who you ask, I guess. Maybe the town mayor may say we should have a brick wall between us.
Okay. Are you a Trump voter?
I don't get to vote. I'm from the North Pole.
Okay. So isn't that in the United States?
Depends who you ask.
Okay. So what is the most popular gift for the kids this year, Santa?
I would say the PS5 would be the going gift for the season.
And what is a PS5?
That's a gaming station.
And how often do you drink spiked eggnog?
Daily.
Daily. Okay, great. And how is it that you're not as big as you're supposed to be? Why are you thin? You're
He's been
kind of
so
thin. You're
busy.
looking sickly. Do you have the COVID?
Well, with the coronavirus, it's hard to get food. A matter of fact, I asked one of the servers here for some reindeer bacon, and they'd had none.
No reindeer bacon. What a disappointment. Well, I'm sure there's regular bacon.
No, reindeer bacon's where it's at.
Never had. Have you ever had any reindeer
Nope.
bacon, dear? What if you had a chance to ask Santa questions, dear? What would you ask Santa?
I would ask him, so how are the reindeer faring this year?
They're okay. They're getting through everything. They're not so great with the social distancing, but that's okay. We don't really propose to have them social distance, but it's okay.
I have no
Are
idea.
you expecting good weather for Christmas and your
Yes.
deliveries?
Yes, it should be. We should be right on schedule with everything, so expect a good Christmas morning.
Okay, even up north where they're getting a ton of snow.
Oh, yes, we're well suited for the snow.
What's your favorite cookie that people should leave for you?
Chocolate chip.
All right, folks, you heard it here. Chocolate
You were way
chip
out on the edge with that
is
one, Santa.
Santa's
Chocolate chip.
favorite.
Really? So, I don't think anyone's ever asked this before, so I'm going to ask it. What is Santa's favorite gift?
Cookies.
World peace.
Cookies, he said. All right, Santa. Well, I think the rehearsal was much better than this. So, but thank you so much. Now, what's your plan for today? What are you doing?
I'm going to go get a tan.
Very nice. Everybody, Santa Claus.
Thank you so much
the show
for
has-
joining us
The
today.
show has reached all kinds of. Did you have anything else?
No,
All right, well, get the hell off my set, Santa.
Thank you for having me here today.
Right. All right. Obviously, Santa Claus needs some extra cookies. So if you're going to leave cookies out for Santa, then make sure it's more than one. All right, dear. Well, then nothing is better than having Santa Claus on your show,
Nope.
other than if Frosty the Snowman showed up somehow. That would be.
That was
something.
quite a surprise.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You look kind of shocked.
I am.
All right. Well, let it out, dear. Let it out.
Nope.
Let your feelings be known.
I think that we should wrap it up.
All right, everybody, have a great day and a Merry Christmas. And no show next Saturday. I don't even know if you knew that, but no show next Saturday. We're going to take our first week off. And I don't know how, well, you take time off all the time.
Oh, so this is how you do it. You just run one extra long show.
I didn't even plan to go this long,
Mhm.
but I think that around Christmas time,
Your
being that
yickety yak, yickety
Christmas
yak.
is going to be on Friday.
Just the facts.
We're going to take, it looks like you need a big nap after this
I
show
do.
because you're in kind
I'm
of
exhausted.
yeah. All right, everybody, have a Merry Christmas. And remember the newsletter's
Yes.
on Wednesday, and enjoy your holiday.
Enjoy your holiday.
We'll be back after Christmas on January 2nd. Is that what the Saturday is?
Probably.
Bye-bye.